Okay. Let's talk to Theodore. Kinda hot.
So, what's the plan?
What else? We find the cast stones and we crush them.
Hot
You
plan.
get your traders' pass back, and I make Boklad a safe place again.
All right then.
All right then. Honza, where are they camped? Don't worry. They'll never know you told us.
Couldn't if I wanted to. They always come to town to collect the passes. Meet us outside the gate. I tried following them once, but they spotted me halfway down the trail. Said they'd string me up.
We'll try it this time. Which way were they going?
Back down the road towards Leitney's Cleft.
To Leitney's Cleft then.
It's gonna be in that spot
Leitney's Cleft
I set on the
is
map,
south
isn't
past
it?
the camp.
Yeah, it's gonna be in there. The only other place to go.
No, you better not have scared any of my birds.
Daddy!
There are no crystals here. We have to keep...
Bing, 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 bing. And yes, I am a little bit taller. I'm sitting in a different chair. It's a little bit higher up. I don't have like a singularly good chair. They all are uncomfortable in a different... I have 3 different ones I'm sitting in, and they're all uncomfortable in different ways. I really need to spend some money on a chair. I got some action.
I doubt these were the ringleaders.
But at least we know we're on the right track.
Kill the healers.
We got company! That's the
Did I kill them both already? Ow. Oh, okay.
More foot soldiers.
Fewer now.
Not a bad haul today, eh?
They have a lot of foot soldiers.
Some of our new recruits are natural-born ne'er-do-wells.
There's almost as many people in this operation as was in the town.
That Hans has got nimble fingers, all right.
It'll be a shame when they chop them off. But till then, let's make the most of it.
scum.
The leaders of the cast stones, I take it.
They don't deserve any mercy, Clive.
I wasn't planning on showing them any.
We're ready when you are, Theodore.
Oh, I'm ready.
Fuck. That guard from Boklad. Kill him. Kill them all.
What the fuck happened there?
Let's try.
Oh, that just straight up killed him. Okay. Getting ready to stagger him because I hit him halfway again, but... Oh, I only need like 200 more for the upgrade to my skill.
And they say crime doesn't pay. Gold chains, rings, purses. And traders' passes. Dozens of them.
Have the names been changed?
Not yet. I recognize some of them. No doubt Goots's is somewhere among them. Now I just need to sort through it all and return everything to the people it was taken from.
We should go and give Eloise the good news. Can we leave things here in your hands, Theodore?
Of course. Oh, and, be sure to tell her of the part I played, won't you?
We'll be glad to.
Bing, 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 bing.
Ah, Clive. How goes the hunt? My brother isn't getting in your way, I trust?
No.
Quite the opposite.
Is he single? I didn't hear a no.
So it was the cast stones who were behind it all. Theo told me he'd been on their trail. And their demise solves 3 problems at a stroke. That of the pickpockets, the bandits pulling their strings, and the passes they were stealing. I only hope yours is among the items you recovered. Only time and Theo's return will tell. Speaking of whom, welcome home, dear brother.
You are too kind, Eloise. Here, Clive. Goods's pass. Ask him to keep a closer eye on it from now on, would you?
I will. Thank you.
El, I've asked our boys to carry the rest of the goods back. Can I count on your help in sorting through it all?
Of course. I'll make some space in the storeroom. I expect you'll soon be on your way then. But it wouldn't do to leave without introducing yourself properly. Would it now? Sid. Don't look so shocked.
We
We're on the same
don't
side.
look shocked at
I
all.
understand.
It's
As
also
you
not
now know
shocking.
all too well, we at the Crimson Caravans are always happy to help those in need.
And she knew
For
Goots
a small
and
fee,
Karen.
we will move anything that needs moving. Be that goods to market, or bearers away from it.
I was the first my sister helped escape. If it wasn't for her, I'd have been branded as a boy.
I had no idea.
It just so happens that we are seeking to expand our operation. And who better to join forces with than the leader in the field? Wouldn't you agree, Theo?
I would. It seems our purpose is the same in more ways than one. So what would you say to working together again?
I'm down.
It would be our pleasure.
Yes.
And our honor. The honor is ours.
Here, Clive. This is for you.
Nice.
What is it?
El has friends in high places, while I have associates in, lower ones. That mark is proof that you're a friend to us both.
I shall bear it with pride.
Well, all that remains is to wish you a safe onward journey. Goots's pass should secure you a place on the caravan, but if you encounter any difficulties, we would be delighted to provide you with a coach of our own. For a discounted price, of course. Say, 9 million?
We'll
I mean, that's 10%.
try the caravan.
She said 10 million before. Reduces thunderstorm. I think that's the one that I use, like the non-ultimate one. I think.
Right then. Let's get this back to Goots.
And then it's on to the Dominion.
Oh God, side quests. I just like I can't help. Like I have to do them. I just like I feel compelled to do them. But man, it's just like slowing it down so much that I feel like it's starting to drag things on. But some of them are like super short.
See about getting the word out to everyone.
Like these ones that are out and about tend to be super short.
Bad news.
It was those hideaway ones that took longer because they're all connected to people.
Something
And
worth celebrating for a change. Only trouble is, the serving girl's still new to the job, so I can't leave her while I go and invite those I'd like to celebrate with.
What exactly are you celebrating, if you don't mind me asking?
I've come by a particularly fine bottle of red. A Gotan 66, no less. Gotan Rouge is the only good thing to have ever come out of the Empire. And most wouldn't part with a 66 if you held a knife to their throats.
So I've heard.
Oh, so you know of it then? Clearly you're a gentleman of taste. A gentleman who might sympathize with my predicament, perhaps? Would you pass the good news to a few friends of mine? I'll give you a little something for your time, of course.
Sounds simple enough.
So you'll do it? Marvelous. Thank you. You won't need to go far. All three of them should be right here in the market.
of course they are. This is all going to be self-contained in this little area.
A guard over at the north gate.
I'm going to talk to you, I'm going to talk to them, I'm going to talk to you, and then we're going to do that other side quest where I'm going to talk to them, talk to a few other people, and talk to them back. And then we'll do the third one where it's like I talk to them, I kill a thing, and I come back and talk to them, and then it's over. You know, the usual side quest stuff.
Hurry, man. I must...
I've been asked to find Aldrich, the porter. I don't suppose that's you, is it?
That's me right enough. You need something delivered?
The innkeeper sent me. He said there's a cup of Gotan 66 with your name on it when you're done for the day.
A 66? Bugger me. If he's just got hold of it now, it must have been in the crates he had me carry down from Sambrek.
From the Empire to Boklad. You must be a braver man than most. That's a treacherous route at the best of times.
Such is the porter's lot. There's not a patch of storm these feet haven't traipsed across. It's Oriflamme one day, then off to Canva the next. The farther you're willing to go, the fatter the purse. Which is why there's no shortage of competition for some of the longer routes. I'd say I've done enough for today to earn myself a cup of something tasty. Thanks for letting me know.
I have zoned out just enough to not even really know what the hell I'm doing with the side quest.
I see you've been of some assistance to Eloise. Perhaps you can extend me the same kindness?
Perhaps. What would I be doing?
Finding someone. You see, I've been having trouble with thieves, and despite the many pains I've taken, I can't stop them from rummaging through my packs. I was griping about my lot to a friend of mine a few days back, and he offered to track the culprits down. Now, Joseph's a sellsword, and a good one at that. But he's been gone days, and I'm beginning to fear the worst.
Any idea where his search for the thieves might have taken him?
The old Zemeckis Road, perhaps? He doubted they would be fool enough to linger here in Boklad. Joseph's lived a hard life. Made him grey long before his time. I just pray he hasn't been killed over a few sacks of grain.
Can't imagine there are too many grey-haired sellswords around. Hopefully someone will have seen him.
Da-na-na-na.
Porter for hire. Pardon me, but would you happen to be a fighting man, perchance?
I fucking called it.
That well-notched steel,
Holy shit.
impressive physique. I have need of a sword for hire.
Talky, talky, talky.
Yours
Talky,
looks to
talky,
be a
talky. Talky,
well-worked
killy, talky.
coin.
Now we're
Might
at
you
the
be
talky,
convinced
killy,
to offer me
talky.
the use of those formidable arms?
How exactly do you intend to use them?
Well, Being something of a scholar of Zemeckis history, I wish to investigate the ruins near the city. And I require a rugged companion, lest I find myself waylaid by ne'er-do-wells or the beasts sent to roam the area. Should you accept, you will not only earn yourself material wealth, but partake of the true treasure that awaits us there. The rich and storied history of Zemeckis. Well, will you ever party to a finer proposition?
May as well.
My arms are yours.
Wonderful. Then come. We must away.
But where are we going?
Along the old Zemeckis Road, and from there, onward to discovery. Quickly! There is not a moment to lose.
Wait.
Yeah, he's gonna be waiting for me for a few minutes.
Good luck with your ne'er-do-wells. I better make sure he doesn't get himself killed.
Let me carry your goods. I'm cheap.
Peaches and pears.
I'll talk to these ones first. Then we'll do the old Zemeckis Road, because they're both that way, so.
Come on, come on!
Caravan stops next to the checkpoint.
Are you Milan, the butcher?
That's me. What can I do for you?
The innkeeper's just had a special delivery. He thought you might like to join him for a cup of wine after you pack up for the day.
He knows me only too well. And I've got a ham here that will go handsomely with a nice drop.
Wine and ham to spare. Boklad clearly isn't suffering then.
Comes with being the place everyone has to pass through to get to everywhere else. Those who travel the Crystal Road bring all manner of goods with them. We get meat from San Brec, herbs from Rosaria. Why, sometimes we even see curiosities from across the Narrow. My old man knew what he was about when he set up shop here all those years ago. Anyway, thanks for the good news. Oh, you know what? Maybe I'll shut up shop early. Wouldn't want to keep our friend waiting.
You won't find anything of this quality in Twinside.
The Empire's your enemy, not us.
I'm looking for Bolek. I was told he'd be guarding the gate.
Well, you found him. You're not here to enlist, I take it?
The innkeeper sent me. He's just taken delivery of a rare vintage, a Gotan 66. He thought you might like a cup.
I've never said no to a goat hand. I'm not about to start now. Thanks for letting me know.
You must be a busy man.
The market would be flooded with refugees if we weren't here to stem the flow. Oh, my heart goes out to them, all right, but we've got our orders. No papers, no passage. Plenty try to slip past us nonetheless. And every now and then, one of them's foolish enough to try and force their way through. And when they do, well, things can get nasty. You know what? That wine's sounding better by the moment.
Well done. I wonder if the innkeeper might spare a cup of that wine.
Now I kind of want wine. Maybe I should buy some tomorrow.
I spoke to your friends. They'll be along soon.
That's fantastic news. Thank you kindly. It's been a while since we all sat down together. And the way I see it, that wine is as much theirs as it is my own.
How so?
Well, I wouldn't be serving anything but slops without Aldrich to go and fetch the good stuff for me. And then there's Milan, who always sends customers my way. And Bolek, an even-handed keeper of the peace, if ever there was one. Those three are the backbone of Boklad. Lose any one of them, and the market would soon fall apart. And without the market, I wouldn't have a single customer. I'd say that's worth a bottle of 66, wouldn't you?
And more besides.
Everyone needs a shoulder to lean on. Be they world-weary innkeepers or brooding swordsmen. Right, I'd better prepare for my guest's arrival.
I hear you had me carrying a bottle of Gotan 66. If I'd have known, I would have sold the thing and lived like a lord. I'll settle for a cup, though, if you're in a sharing mood. A Gotan 66. Just as well I had something special of my own set aside.
A bottle between the four of us might not be enough to drown our sorrows, but it can't hurt.
Here they are, The free pillars of Boklad. Sit yourselves down, gentlemen. The woes of the world may be monstrous in many, but there's nothing like a few good friends to keep the misery at bay.
Never a truer word spoken.
Is that enough skill points? Please be enough skill points. Hell yeah. Oh, not reset. Man, 5,500 to master. Urgh. I can see myself not having blind justice. It's a little bit harder to use and it doesn't do like a ton. But the deadly embrace and the I don't use the block enough, but it's really handy. Phoenix shift is kind of pointless. Cause like it's got like some stars for like style points where you can do like a Phoenix melee or a Phoenix shot out of it, but like I already have lunge. And it goes almost the exact same distance. The only difference is the shift will shift me into the air against a flying enemy. That's the only difference.
Ah, Clive.
Ask about
Why,
Eloise.
I am what you see.
The proprietors of the Crimson Caravans, the best known and best trusted porterage firm in Boklad. There are less expensive options, it's true, but customers choose us for two reasons. We're reliable and we don't ask questions. Our wagons stand ready to transport anything you might want moved discreetly, be the possessions. Why can't I say this word? Possessions you'd rather others didn't know about, or even people.
It can be a risky business.
But what we make from moving the former, we spend on improving our ability to transport the latter. You might even consider us competitors of the infamous Sid the Outlaw had he and I not reached an agreement. Tell me about the markets.
Being a border town.
Merchants often stop in on their way to the Crystalline Dominion to carry out any final business in the Republic. And the locals are only too pleased to oblige by weighing their wagons down with local specialties before they leave, enlightening their purses in the process. But what if a visitor doesn't have a wagon of their own? Why, then it falls to porters like ourselves to provide one.
Or at least, it did.
Lately, most passers through journey to the Dominion in search of a safe haven rather than a tidy profit. And who can blame them? Some things are more important than commerce, after all. Tell me about the children.
Don't worry about Hansa and the others.
They'll be safe with us. But there will be more little ones abandoned at the gates, and they too may turn to crime in their desperation to survive. Especially if the cast stones or some other ill-intentioned element decide to give themselves no choice in the matter. It's up to those of us who care to see that that doesn't happen.
Always a pleasure.
Mm-hmm. Ding, 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 ding. I have not saved a hot minute. When I saved, I briefly thought the title of like the quest, I thought I said owned. And I was like, what? And it's onward.
There are no crystals here.
Close enough visually.
What do you want? I've no coin on me.
Just information. Has a sellsword passed through here? Grey hair.
Now you mention it, there was a young man with salt in his mane sneaking around out there a while back.
Which way did he go?
How am I supposed to know? Buggered off down the road, I expect. Now why don't you do the same and leave me be?
There's likely fighting involved with both these quests.
Why am I not surprised?
You'll hand over your coin if you know what's good for you.
I think I'm over leveled. I'm like 37 and the enemies are only level 30. Although I haven't like been trying to be over leveled.
Happily not, good sir. Thanks to your timely intervention. More importantly, we have arrived. Now, feast your eyes upon the marvel before us. Ruins, a relic of the fallen civilization. A sight so common that man is oft blinded to its wonder. Colossal vessels, dashed from the very heavens. Airships, we call them, with very little thought to what wonders such a word might describe. Oblige me if you would. Does anything strike you as peculiar about this particular specimen? Though we ourselves find fallen ruins to be nigh indestructible, whatever gouged the final sin from the rock cleaved clean through the structure you see before you.
That's a good point, actually.
Tantalizing mystery, no doubt, but merely one of countless enigmas in which Zemeckyan history is steeped. Come, good sir. Our expedition continues, and we still have much to learn.
He's passionate. I'll give him that.
We don't want any trouble.
Neither do I. I'm looking for someone. A grey-haired mercenary.
Be quick about it.
Well, we haven't seen him.
Yes, we have. We saw him climbing up the rocks. Those ones, over there.
Why are you lying? Not the
Maybe he found
kid.
his thieves.
Mum won't let me near them. She said there's goblins up there, and that they eat little boys for dinner.
I mean,
You've said quite enough already.
I think they do, actually.
I told him what you said.
I'd listen to your mother if I were you.
I'd not listen to the mother if I were you, Clive. The first words out of her mouth was a lie, like... Have you seen the man? No. Yes. Yes, you have, actually.
Did Joseph's thieves really lug their stolen wares all the way out here?
Ooh. Forget what I said earlier about never finding anything good in these chests. I'll take it. Not as good as the one as the Excalibur that I could have made, but you know. It ain't nothing.
I think we found our thieves. They don't look happy to see me.
Oh, the hits twice now? He was unusually beefy, and I still just spam my skills in his face and he dies.
Let's get this over with.
Stop! Don't kill him, he's just protecting his home.
Joseph? So the boy was right.
I don't know you.
Your porter friend sent me to find you. She was worried you might have got yourself killed.
Have I been gone that long?
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't hard finding the thieves. The problem was knowing what to do with them when I did.
I take it things are more complicated than they appear.
I'd all but ruled out bandits before I even left the market. know what that is? Because our thieves had no interest in gold or gems, or anything they couldn't eat for that matter. Add to that the rumors of goblins in the area, and the mystery practically solved itself. I soon found their cozy little homestead and all the missing food. I launched myself at them, full of righteous fury, but their leader was the only one who moved to meet me. The others, they huddled around that food, ready to die protecting it. They stole because it was that or starvation. I've been there myself, back when times were hard.
So you spared them, and earned their trust into the bargain by the look of it.
These goblins aren't native to the area. They don't know how to survive such barren lands, so I've been teaching them. And once they've learned to hunt and forage, they won't be fool enough to risk their necks in Boklad.
I'm impressed. I didn't know goblins could be reasoned with.
Do me a favor. Let the porter know I'm safe. I'll head back to the market once my work here is done. Oh, and don't mention the goblins. I don't want people coming here brandishing pitchforks. Not now this lot have sworn off thieving.
Your secret's safe with me.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Alright, nice little story. I am not gonna fast travel back. I want to go do that quest. I don't know why I'm imitating him. I just want to. I just did a thing about, like, goblins and shit, and how they're not, like, that bad. Here we are.
You're going to get yourself killed. Oh, that would not do. That would not do at all. Not when such majesty stretches out before us. Behold, the final sin in all its glory. As Moss tells us, a battle was fought here in ancient times. A battle of such ferocity that it tore a great crater in the very land upon which it was waged. In reaching for their holy sanctum, did man enrage the gods, and great was the vengeance that was rained down upon him. Alas, the full truth of the matter is lost to time, though I live in hope that I might see it discovered. But we must not dwell upon such things. There is more yet to see. Onward, history awaits.
Yeah. This is probably the last bit. It's usually like a rule of 3. Keep forgetting how to, like... Oh yeah, it's R3 to change targets. Did that not work? Oh, it did. I wonder if that ever upgrades to be more than 9. I meant to do this later, but that's okay. I meant to do the other skills first so that it increases my stagger bonus, but whatever. Forgot I was still on Thunder when I pressed it.
Still in one piece?
It would seem so. Once more I am in your debt. And once more you impress me with your prowess. These were no ordinary foes, but ones we in the field call echoes. Though Moss the Chronicler concurs with the legends in attributing the fall of Zemeckis to a wrath wrought upon mankind by the gods, he offers little in the way of explanation. Could the ruins we see before us here, in all their elaborate beauty, perhaps suggest an answer? Could the construction of such miraculous edifices have been considered an encroachment upon the province of the divine? Alas, all is mere speculation. But one day, perhaps, I will learn the truth.
Not if you keep running headfirst into trouble.
You are right, of course. And not only have you plucked me repeatedly from the jaws of death, you have proven yourself a willing audience to my ramblings.
Well, willing is a bit of a stretch.
Didn't you say you came here to investigate something?
I fear I may have rather overstated the case on that front. In truth, a captive ear was all I really desired. You see,
man, what a
even my
nerd.
fellow scholars have grown somewhat weary of my musings of late, and so I came upon the idea of purchasing a companion, a captive audience, if you will.
That's what this was all about.
I am afraid so. And now, my good man, it is high time we returned whence we came.
Fine. Just don't go running off this time.
And so ends a delightful day. Here, your reward for humoring my selfish whims, plus a little extra for the trouble I have put you to.
Ooh, I think it was 850 to get to like the next level of renown thing. I don't get a reward though. It just like unlocks the next section, which is like, what good does that do me? Honestly.
Anything I can do for you?
Tell me about yourself. My sister is the smiley face of the Crimson Caravans, and I am the scowl. She brings in the customers, I scare off those who'd prey on them.
And I wouldn't have it any other way.
Eloise always did have a talent for business. I prefer working with my hands, or rather my fists. There are plenty of bandits and beasts out there to keep me busy.
All the better.
Crimson Caravans has a reputation to uphold, and I need to keep my skills well honed. Tell me about this place. Half of the wagons that come through Boklad nowadays are full of people fleeing for the Dominion, and half of them go no further than the gate, where their cries soon blend in with all the others. Let us through, we can't live without magic. They'll give us new crystals in Twinside.
Fools, the lot of them.
If they love magic so much, they should have tried being born a bearer.
Criminals and cowards.
Who bullied the desperate and the dispossessed into doing their bidding. And also, they could keep their own hands clean. No wonder it took me a while to track them down. If it hadn't been for you and Jill, I might have never found them. Still brought them to justice.
So thank you.
I'd offer you a share in the spoils if it didn't all belong to other people.
Farewell, then.
Joseph's fine. He'll be back once he's tied up a few loose ends.
That's a weight off my shoulders.
He certainly knows his business. You found your thieves all right. And I dare say they won't be coming back.
A good man to have around, that Joseph. And if he says there'll be no more thieving, That's good enough for me. Thank you for putting my mind at ease. Here, for your troubles.
You alright? Side quests are done. Yet again. I want to check for, like, things. There's a new missive. Watch it be like 10 new side quests. What? I was sure it's at 850. What should I have? Where's it gonna tell me? If it was gonna be on any screen, it would be this one. Maybe it's on my journal screen. Kind of directly tied to quests and stuff. Nope. Okay.
Is that the thing Tomes helped?
Mid told me she was building a ship.
There's probably nothing new here. I wonder if this is gonna get a scroll bar, or if there's only like 7 left in the whole game.
How may I help you today, Clive? Your benefactors are a generous lot.
5 away. 1,500 ability points. Talisman of priming. That sounds interesting. Oh, did I? I think I read the gear for the one I got today. I did. Just high potion stuff.
He cracked the crystal too. You're joking.
Greetings from the Crimson Caravans. I trust you and your party gain the Dominion without further event. Should your travels ever bring you back to the markets and put you in need of additional assistance, you will find the Crimson Caravans more than happy to oblige. We might even offer a discount on our usual rates. Eloise. Cool. Let's go to Tomes. Make sure we're still caught up. And then we can talk to Goots.
My knowledge is yours. I have a few new notes that might interest you.
I have
quite the find for you today.
I got an achievement. Heart of the Mother Crystals, a stalwart defense, the bright convolution of shards that sits at the center of each Mother Crystal. When a heart shatters, so too does the mountain around it. Since time immemorial, sanctuaries have been built around the hearts for the worship and protection of these irreplaceable treasures. The hearts, however, have their own methods of self-defense, replying to any attack upon them with unique and deadly magics. Ooh, lost Mother Crystals. When Sidolphus Telamon put his plans to destroy the Mother Crystals in motion, 5 of their number towered over the twins, 3 less than existed eons past. The Mother Crystal of Zemeckis was the first to fall, followed by Drake's Horn in Southern Ash and Drake's Eye in the Northern Territories. Now nothing remains of them save for the scars left behind by their passing. Gil. Gil has been the common currency of Alistea ever since the signing of the Continental Accord many centuries ago. The Accord entrusted the administration... Itchy foot. The Accord entrusted the administration of the currency to the realm's most trusted merchant guild, headquartered in what would later become the Free Cities of Canver. The new currency took its name from the founder of said merchant guild, the legendary trader Gilbard the Golden. Trade flourished around the newly established mint, and over time, the worship of money grew into a full-fledged religion, the Great Bank of Gilbard the Lender. Adamantite, one of the hardest known materials in the twins, Seams of its ore have only been found in the far-flung reaches of Ash, where the forces of first Veldermark and then Waloed often warred with the orcs who claimed the lands as their own. Though the metal makes for fine arms and armor, the rarity of both its ore and craftsmen versed in the peculiarities of its forging ensure that adamantite weapons remain the preserve of the rich and powerful.
What subject shall we consider today?
New thing for Eloise, her brother's savior. After her younger brother Theodore awakened as a bear, she helped him flee from their family home and build a new life far from those who would see him consigned to slavery. New thing for Theodore. Many beasts and bandits have eyed his company's caravans, but to date he has cut them all down. Theodore is also a bear, but he was spared the brand after awakening late and being spirited away from his family home by his sister, an act of kindness and self-sacrifice for which he is forever grateful. Ooh, new thing with Dion. Prince of the Holy Empire of Sambrek and dominant of Bahamut, he is deeply loyal to his father, Emperor Emeritus Sylvester, and is much pained by his Radiance's recent cold-heartedness towards both his people and himself. A change that Dion learns was largely the result of Annabella's scheming. Anything for Annabella? Empress Emeritus of the Holy Empire of Sambrek and Viceroy of the Imperial Province of Rosaria, which she rules with an iron fist. She has long labored to see her son, Prince Olivier, seated on the father's throne. A plan that comes to fruition after she schemes with Hugo Kupa to bring an end to Dalmekia's long siege of Twinside and sees this triumph ascribed to the young prince. Interesting. The accession of the Emperor Olivier, Holy Emperor Sylvester Lesage, handed power to Olivier's second-born son and only child by the Empress Annabella, ostensibly in recognition of the part he had played in the agreement of a peace between the Empire and Dalmekia. While the accession of one so young was unprecedented, Emperor Sylvester reassured those bold enough to express doubt at the wisdom of such a choice by maintaining that as Great Grieger made flesh, he would merely serve as an advisor to the young new emperor until he came of age. Prince Dion, the emperor's firstborn and rightful heir to the Holy Throne, was violently opposed to the plan, but his objections fell on deaf ears. Crimson Caravan is the most prestigious portering company in the market town of Boklad, led by the brother and sister team of Theodore and Eloise. For a small fee, they will move anything that needs moving, and if the cargo happens to be bearers recently released from slavery, they may even consider paying it from their own purses. Okay, there's a lot more like shit that I'm glad I came back now. Latney's cleft, a narrow sandstone valley that cuts through northeastern Dalmekia. At its terminus can be found the vast crater of Zemeckis Falls, upon the lip of which are nestled the bustling markets of Boklad. Zemeckis Falls, a vast cavity in the earth located in the steppes of the Forgotten, a desolate coastal region of eastern Dalmekia. Despite the fact that for centuries, seawater from the Strait of Altha has flowed into the plumbless crater without cease, it shows no sign of filling. The tragic tale that came to be known as the Sins of Zemeckis is said to have taken place here. Oh my god, there's more. The Cast Stones, a band of brigands who set up a camp in Latney's Cleft on the outskirts of Boklad, preying on those fleeing the crumbling republic in order to line their own coffers, forcing them to either empty their own pockets or pick the pockets of others on threat of death. The Sins of Zemeckis. An incident told of in myths and legends throughout Valistea. If the tales are to be believed, mankind, drunk with avarice, thought to challenge the gods, and in return for his hubris was met with divine retribution. The North Crater in Dalmekia, said to have been the site of the final battle of this great conflict, is surrounded by relics and ruins which would seem to suggest some truth behind the tales. Goblins, intercultural exchange. Common species of beastman. I gotta figure out what the fuck is wrong with my neck. I can't believe just sitting here holding my arm to hold a controller is just like triggering it to hurt. Found mostly on Storm, they have habitually avoided contact with other races, be them beast or man. The continued spread of the blight, however, has driven the creatures to find homes near human settlements, making violent encounters more commonplace. That said, a rare few have been found to possess the ability to crudely converse, and at times even cooperate with humankind.
You are always welcome, Clive.
Yes. Okay, so now I know what that crater is. That's the Zemeckis Falls place. So they did finally address it on the map.
Let me carry your goods out of my sight, wretch.
Part of me thought it might have been a separate thing, but then I saw that, like, we are right here. So that is this right here.
Caravan stops next.
Juicy pears! Slake your thirst without a crystal.
What I really want to be is a blacksmith.
You gonna do an apprenticeship or something?
Here you are, good. Try not to lose it again.
Me pass! You found it! Oh, thank you so much. Nan would have killed me if I'd come back without it. I'll have to say thanks to Elle and Theo, too.
So should you, Hunter. You and your friends don't have to steal anymore. If anyone threatens you again, you know who to turn to.
We do. And we already have. Miss L's given us a job shifting the chocobo shit out the stables. It's hard work, and the pay isn't half what we got from the stones. But if we stick at it, we'll keep ourselves fit.
You stick at it, then.
And Goots, I'm sorry for stealing your pass.
That's all right. I've got it back now. And all's well that ends well, eh?
You said you're trained to be a blacksmith, right? Well, I'm gonna be your first customer. I'm gonna save up all my gil and get you to make me a massive sword.
I'll do me best.
Till then, eh?
All right. We have a place on the wagon. Remember, Goots, we're mercenaries. You hired us to protect you.
Mercenaries.
And you remember the plan? You're to ride all the way to Twinside. Jill and I will go with you as far as the outskirts, then find our own way in.
I'll buy that stuff I need.
Right. And we'll scout out the Imperial's defenses.
There's a square with a big bell tower right in the middle of town. If you get lost, or out goes wrong, we can meet up there.
All right. Let's go.
It really is the biggest one, isn't it? Jeez, I'm always surprised at how fucking big these fucking crystals are.
I see. And you're quite certain your father has no knowledge of Ultima?
I am. I have no difficulty believing a sinister force has come to exert an influence on Sanbreque. But be that as it may, it is yet to claim my father.
You sure?
For better or worse, his radiance speaks his own mind.
Then the fiend works from the shadows.
Through Annabella, probably.
I confess, when first you told me of this fiend, I had my doubts. And more than a few at that. A beast that labors to plunge Valisthea into turmoil, all in pursuit of your brother. But that wound is proof enough that evil is afoot.
Then I have your answer, Your Highness. You will join me in my fight.
I cannot. Not yet.
Your Highness, please.
As you are aware, the Dhalmekian army is at our gates. They have lost their mother crystal, and with it all hope of a negotiated withdrawal. It is but a matter of time before they invade. If Bahamut is not here to meet them, my people will be slaughtered.
Though not by Hugo Kupka, thanks to Ultima's machinations. I know the fate of your people weighs heavy on your conscience, but if we do not put an end to Ultima's plans, they shall face a far darker fate. The chaos he would wreak would sweep all of Valisthea into the abyss. The lives of every man, woman, and child in the Twins are at stake.
I believe what you say, Phoenix. But I have duties of my own, and I must discharge them. Come what may.
I don't really understand the significance of the flowers.
What do you know of my blood?
Other than that, it's like a thing for the Holy Empire.
I know that it is wholly unworthy of the highest offices of state, which rightly belong to those of purer breeding. Alas. Your bloodline runs through the Oriflamme gutter, from a whore who weighed her child's worth in gill.
Have you threatened my father?
Of course not. I merely whispered in his ear that his mongrel son is plotting a rebellion.
What?
Sylvester listens to the words of his astrologers. And they have ears too.
You have been feeding them your lies!
Should you remain loyal to Emperor Olivier, his radiance may yet crown your head with laurel, and not with tar.
Fork-tongued witch!
In consideration of your long years of service to the Empire, I shall forgive this uncharacteristic rudeness. Now hurry and make ready, Your Imperial Highness. Emperor Olivier expects much of you, Dion. Or should I say, of Bahamut.
As nasty and shitty as Annabella is, she's actually
May
very
your
smart.
fire reduce his enemies to ash.
Which is kind of refreshing. To have a smart antagonist.
Till all of Valisthea bows to its rightful ruler.
Not that she's a primary antagonist, just an antagonist in general.
There is another darkness that has taken hold of Sanbreque. And until its grip is released, the flames of war shall spread ever wider, just as Ultima wishes.
Forgive me. My family has caused you much grief.
You are not her keeper, Phoenix. This is a matter for the Imperial household now, and as a member of that household, it falls to me to resolve it. At such time as that is done, what strength I have shall be yours.
Thank you, Your Highness.
Let us take to the skies together, and bring a new dawn to Valisthea.
I should like nothing more.
Terence.
My prince.
Tell me true. Do you believe what I'm about to do is wrong?
I
We dragoons have but one leader, Your Highness. And we shall follow him unto the very end.
Thank you.
So he is gonna do a rebellion? So Annabella's not wrong?
And this is my decree. For their crimes against the crown, the traitorous Annabella and her usurping son shall be put to death, and the Empire restored.
God damn. That's pretty awesome. I was not expecting, you know, that level of intensity. I was gonna save and quit and call it now, but I actually can't. Okay, well, we'll have to see some opening stuff. For years, the Drake's Tale has provided this relatively tiny nation with a wide-reaching influence, rarely afforded nations of the same size. Right when the action's getting good. I mean, I guess I could go longer, but like I'm hungry and like I want to like stretch my neck and stuff. For some reason, sitting here with a controller makes it worse. That's the part that bugs me more than anything. It's like it shouldn't. I should be like sitting at rest.
One would never guess that these people stood on the brink of war.
They're afraid. They turn to drink to forget their fears.
Anything you want to forget?
The harbor is empty, and half the market stalls too. The city may seem peaceful on the surface, but it's balanced on a knife edge. Were we to give it a nudge, it might be just the distraction we need to reach the Mother Crystal.
I thought you might say that. We should send for Gav. We'll need someone to keep the fires we start from going out.
And we can busy ourselves scheming until he gets here.
I'll send a Stolas then.
What is it, boy?
What's happening?
I don't know. Torgal! This way.
Can I have control? Should get control any second now. Excellent.
The
City is on fire. What?
Fire.
What's happening?
Is it because there's talking?
Gooch is fine. He'll be making for the square.
The one with the bell tower. In the middle of town, right?
Now can I save? I don't think I've ever saved in the middle of one of these. No, I have. There is an autosave. It's fine by me. I'm gonna call it here for the for the night. If you enjoyed your time here, feel free to follow if you've not done so already. But until next time, thanks for hanging out.